You need to stop the scroll. Break the pattern today or it will continue tomorrow. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I will talk about how journaling has helped me, and I will be completely honest talking about the things I struggled with and how journaling helped me. This is gonna have 4 chapters in general, so have fun and enjoy, and hopefully you can learn from my mistakes that I've made. And before I even started journaling, I was overthinking. I was constantly thinking, okay, if I do this, what is that person gonna think about that? Are they gonna like it? I was watching self-help videos and I was not taking any action whatsoever. I would just watch it and just hope it's gonna change my mindset, and I would hope for the best. I felt stuck. I tried to improve, but I was seeing no progress because of I would just hope that it would come to me and that I wouldn't have to do nothing for it. So I wanted to change, but I was not taking any action and I didn't know how because everyone gave different advice. So what would happen is I would watch a video, let's say about a mindset shift, and then I would have the mindset for a few hours to a day maximum, and the day after that I would just fall back into my old habits. I would doom scroll again, I would do all those things again, and then ask myself, okay, why is nothing changing? Next I wanna talk about why I even started journaling. I started journaling to just have a space where I can put out all my thoughts, where no one's gonna judge me, because sometimes you just have thoughts where you don't really want an answer to them, and that's exactly why I started writing them down. I had to talk to no one. I would just open up my notebook and just write it all out. I would just open up my notebook and just brain dump in it, writing down all of my positive things, negative things, and it would honestly help me because I could just see, okay, what's on my mind, why is that on my mind, who made me have those beliefs. And now the most important part, what journaling actually changed. Shift one is awareness before action. I will notice my thoughts before I actually believe them, which means no matter if it's good or bad, I don't think you should ever just straight up believe what somebody told you. Just because if you believe what they say, you're always gonna rely on other people, on their opinions, and the only thing that actually matters is what you think about yourself and not what other people think of you, no matter if like the best thing they've ever said to you or the worst thing that ever said to you. You shouldn't pay too much mind on it, but you should pay mind to what you think about yourself. So basically you would notice the thought before actually believing it, which is really important because you can consume so much and believe none of that, whatever somebody just said to you. You can be
Like, okay, why would I believe that? Why would I literally believe that?
Shift 2 is I went from self-judgment to a curiosity. I stopped asking myself what's wrong with me, but I asked myself why do I think that. Basically I started to notice the pattern by writing out the positive thing or the a negative thing. For the a positive thing, you can just basically reread what you wrote about a day that was the best day to you in your life, and then you can see what you did that made you happy, that made the day be great. So for example, you worked out when you woke up, you meditated, you did yoga, whatever, and then you can do that to make your every day be the best of your days. And for the negative things, or for the days that weren't good to you, that you're just being lazy all day, did absolutely nothing, which is okay. We all have that sometimes. We all just wake up and feel like we don't want to do anything, but at the end of the day you still have to get up and do something, or else the whole day will suck. But you want to make something good out of a bad day always. Okay, so for the bad thing, it's just the same concept. Like you reread and you notice okay, what did somebody say to me that made my day be bad? What happened to me? And then you can just like get rid of those limiting beliefs, what somebody has said to you or what happened to you, and then you can write out how can you change that, how can you not believe whatever somebody says to you, how can you not experience that bad thing again. I think for this is really important to sometimes read over your past entries, even though they may have made you cry, they may have made you mad or whatever, but I think it's important so you can notice the pattern, because if you don't know why you think that, why do that, you can't truly change yourself because you don't know what's causing it. That leads me to my next point, which is recognize the pattern. Basically, when I just wrote down whatever was on my mind, whatever beliefs I had that limited me, what happened today, I could notice the pattern, so then next time something like that happens, I could prevent it before it even happens. Basically, what you can do is just do a bunch of what ifs, but in a positive way. So let's say you have anxiety, and you see a group of people who are having fun, and then you just think to yourself, I want those kind of friends, I want to have that type of fun. So just do, okay, what if I walk up to them and we all become best friends? And then you want to actually write it out when you're at home in detailed version. Like, don't just be like, what if I have walked up to them and we will be best friends? You have to go in detail. How would that make you feel? How can you achieve that? And next time you see a group of people, what prevented you from doing that, from walking up to them and talking to them? Mind you, I have anxiety too. Yeah, I still have a group of friends who I love, and literally on social media. So you just sometimes have to get rid of those limiting beliefs. So okay, so what would they think of that? What if nothing works out for me? Nothing's gonna work out for me. Basically, every time you repeat something negative to yourself, your mind is slowly gonna start believing it. So let's say every day you wake up thinking already, I don't wanna go to school, I don't wanna study, I don't wanna do no homework, I don't wanna write essays. It's gonna drain your energy before you even get to the point where you have to write something, where you have to do something. And then you will lose all motivation, your mood will be down the drain, just because you woke up already thinking negative about the day that's about to come up. So you have to stop that and turn it into something positive. So a lot of people don't like going to school, and that's totally okay. Some days just are really draining, and that's okay. Okay, I don't wanna go to school, but I'm still gonna do it so my future self can thank me for doing that, so I can achieve more in my life. So I actually have something to write about because I actually did something that day. Because the worst thing that can happen to you is you sitting in the evening at your table in your bed, having your journal open and having no idea what you did that day, because all you did was scroll on your phone, eat, sleep, and that's it. Shift 4 is emotional honesty. Now there's something called performative journaling, where you write everything in the most perfect, neat, aesthetic way, and that's okay because I also have sort of a bullet journal, but by now it honestly looks like a mess. I just scribble down everything, use a bit of color so that it still looks a little bit nicer, but my handwriting is ruining everything. But as long as you're really honest to yourself, it doesn't have to be perfect, neat, whatever. Although honesty is really important while journaling, brain dumping, those stuff, because if you lie to yourself, you won't really have something that you can read over, because you lied to yourself, you lied about the day, the goal tracking, whatever. And then in a few months you will read back on this month and be like, oh, why does, for example, June suck but February was so good? Why was my whole month just perfect? I worked out every single day. I did stuff every single day, but now I just lazy around in my bed. Why is that like that? It's because you lie to yourself. You want to be honest with yourself. You want to say, okay, today I didn't really do something, but that's okay, because even though it is late, it's like 9 p.m. Let's just say this, I can still meditate for 5 minutes. I can still do daily gratitude in my head. I can still do something, so that the day did not really fail, because I still did something, even though it's not a lot, but small steps are still steps. Slowly lead you to your best self. Those were the shifts. Now I'm gonna move on to the fourth chapter. What journaling didn't do. Obviously didn't make me happy 24/7. Like, I would not wake up and be like, wow, such a great day, I get to journal at the end of the day, I'm so excited. No, sometimes I would just have no motivation. I would just think this whole thing is a hassle. Why am I even doing this? And I even skipped some days because I was like, I wanna do this. I just wanna do nothing. Doom scroll, TikTok, let's go. But that's okay, since we all have some lazy days. So that tomorrow we can choose something. Yes, we. Next thing, it didn't remove hard days. I still have some days where I'm like, why is this happening to me? Just because you recognize the pattern doesn't mean all days in the year will be perfect, happy for you. Stuff still happen to us. Some things are really bad, sad, we can't get over it whatsoever. And sometimes you just can't recognize the pattern because something just flew right at you and it just happened, and you had no time to go away from that location, to go away from that situation. So even with writing down all of my thoughts, I still have some hard days where I don't know, where I'm mad, sad, but I also have good days where I'm just really happy and excited for the day. And the last thing, it didn't magically fix my life. It didn't just like overnight and boom, I was a different person. That's really not how it happened, and that's not how it will happen. It's gonna take time, and sometimes you won't even notice the change, but the change is always gonna happen because you are writing down your feelings. You will connect more to yourself, to your mind. You're gonna trust yourself more. You're gonna build that self-esteem, and you will love yourself more because you will just become so connected to yourself to the point where nobody can tell you nothing. Their opinion won't matter because you are what you think. And yes, that one is actually quite true. And that was it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and maybe you can learn a thing or two from my journaling journey for now. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.